Every lender tells you about the VA funding fee like it's some sort of punishment. Like the VA is charging you for the privilege of using your own benefit. They're lying to you by omission. Now, what I want to show you is why the funding fee is almost always never the reason to walk away. But I'm also going to give you an example of where using the VA loan with the VA funding fee might not actually be the best thing for you. And that's what most lenders won't tell you because they don't do the math. Now, what the VA funding fee actually is. The VA funding fee is a one-time fee paid to the VA, not the lender, okay, to sustain the loan program for future veterans. It's that simple. The government's not punishing you, right? It's actually a good thing because you do not want Congress in your pocket like FHA. They have certain standards they have to meet per congressional laws when it comes to reserve accounts and all kinds of things. So, first use funding fee, 2.15% with no down payment. Subsequent use, so everything after that, 3.3%. Okay? Now, there's actually legislation out there to raise that. We need to fight that because that's bullshit. But who pays no funding fee? Now, some will say that you have to have a disability rating, but that's not actually correct. What it says is you have to be in receipt of disability compensation in order to be exempt from paying the VA funding fee. Okay? Because you can look at the math with VA versus FH, 3.5% down payment, rolling in upfront MIP at 1.75%, or no down payment and only rolling in 2.15 or 3.3, it's still better math because FHA has monthly mortgage insurance while VA does not. Okay? So let's talk about when a scenario might not be worth it. If you have fantastic credit, okay? Fantastic credit, and you're gonna put 20% down or better or whatever that is, and you're gonna avoid PMI on a conventional loan, but you're not funding fee exempt, and you might have subsequent use funding fee, you can put the math together, and a lot of times conventional pencils out better, even with a higher interest rate. VA interest rates are typically 0.25% or so or better than conventional rates. But sometimes even with that math, 20% down, lowering the funding fee to 1.45%, it's still there, right? But the math just doesn't pencil out. And here's one other thing that I want to make sure we're aware of. You do not always have to roll your funding fee into the loan. I've had sellers pay for it as part of the sales concession. I've had veterans pay for it because they don't want to roll it in. You can treat it as a closing cost, but it is a financed fee if you don't. And there's a distinction there. And this is where most lenders get screwy and they don't tell you all that. Okay? The funding fee is not a reason to avoid your VA loan. It's a one-time cost that almost always costs less than the alternatives. Do the math yourself, get out your little calculator, okay? Do the math with the numbers, whatever sales price you want to use it at in your area. So next week, we're going to talk about some seller objections. Yeah, clearly I cannot talk today. And the myth that the sellers hate VA loans and what your agent should actually be telling you and be helping you with and why it's so important to choose the right agent. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to subscribe. And if you're ready to run your own numbers right now, you can reach out to me and I will happily do that. No obligation, no bullshit, just two people running numbers to see if things make sense. Because here's the one thing I do know. Numbers don't lie. So you can book a call with the link below. See you next time.